I've had a love affair with cars my whole life. I build them in my shop, and I race them both on and off-road.
I've spent years on the auto show circuit talking about cars, but now it's time to get behind the wheel and find the next adventure.
Together, we're setting out to tackle all things that every car enthusiast should do.
This is The List.
Hi everybody, welcome to The List. I'm Patrick McIntyre.
And I'm Jesse Combs. We are here today to do a little bit of that.
We're going to meet up with professional drifter Conrad Grunwald, and he's got his race-prepped Camaro.
We also have a Camaro SS of our own, and Conrad's going to sit shotgun and give us some tips on how to get sideways.
Conrad, thanks for coming out and being our ambassador to the drift world today. What's in store for us?
Well, I think today what we're going to do is we're going to start off in this stock Camaro, which Bondron has provided us. And do some circles, practice getting the back end out, doing some power slides. Maybe we'll look into giving you guys a ride in my car, you know, just kind of showing you guys what drifting's all about.
What's your background? How did you get your start in drifting?
I actually got my start in road racing. I used to race formula cars, went on to go race sedans. I was lucky enough to get involved in drifting like the first year it was in the US, and it was pretty easy to get a ride, and I've been lucky enough to have a ride ever since.
If I were to get into drifting, what do I need to go out and get?
Well, a rear-wheel drive car. I mean, obviously you can start off with something like a Chevy Camaro. A Nissan 240SX is a really popular car. Parts are cheap. They're very abundant. Find some old used tires, throw them on the back, and go out there and start practicing, you know, doing circles, sliding around, and then maybe going into like a figure eight. And once you get those things down, you can start, you know, designing a course or going to a drift day and practicing.
So, Conrad, this looks broken. I mean, if I saw this on a street car, that's what I would think. What's going on here?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, this is about double the steering lock of a stock Camaro. Steering is needed depending on how big of a slide it is. And so obviously if you go for a really big slide, you need more steering angle. So with this much, we're able to get away with it with an awfully big slide. So we have a Chevy Performance LS7 making about 730 horsepower. It's built for racing. You can order this motor from the catalog. But we changed a few things, the camshaft and stuff like that, just to put us a little more drivable for drifting. You know, stuff like the AC is gone. Any other accessories are gone. You know, anything that I don't need is gone. Okay, so here we are inside the car. As you can see, everything's been stripped out. Everything is here for purpose, all the way from the dash, which is made of carbon fiber. It weighs just a couple of pounds. You'll see a massive handbrake lever here. This is actually hydraulic, so your normal street car like the Camaro actually has a cable that runs to the emergency brake in the back. We actually have it done with hydraulic, so it has a much better feel. You can kind of squeeze it gently instead of locking up the rear tires instantly.
May I?
Help yourself.
Well, I think I got a pretty good lay of the land of what goes on in here. You ready to take me for a spin?
Let's go. Good.
I don't know what it's like to drift. I have never done it before. The closest I've ever come is to the skid pad at the high performance driving school, but not quite the same as what we're going to see today.
So a little bit more speed, and you can get some space from the cones. You'll find it easier.
A little wider, look where I want to go.
And let's go ahead and get on the gas. Come on, man up, get on the gas. No, back off, that's understeer. Back off, lift off the gas. There we go, okay. Let's give it a try again. Give it a shot of gas.
Look where I want to go.
Is it correct? Easy. Back on the throttle.
Oh, okay, back up.
Okay, let's reset. You got it. All right. And give it some gas. That's it. Lift, 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 lift. Okay. So that was too much gas for too long.
Okay.
So also, think of the back end like a pendulum.
Okay.
So it swings out and it'll stop and then it wants to come back again. So the stop is whenever you kind of reach your maximum angle.
Okay.
And then once it stops, what you're trying to do is get back on the gas to keep it out there. Now, if you go to too much gas, it's just going to keep going and spin you out. But if you can feel the back end pause and kind of reach that maximum angle, and you did your throttle adjustment, you can get back on the gas and keep it out there. All right, let's get on the gas. Lift off. Okay, way too slow with the wheel. And also, if you spin, you should technically be fully out of steering. Look at all the steering we had left. We have all that left to correct. So if you have to use more steering, use more steering. All right, let's build up a little bit more speed before we go for it. There we go, we're good on the speed. All right, give us some gas, and lift, and back on the gas again.
Okay.
That was the right idea, we just had to get back on it.
Get back on it.
Patrick, this is it for you, buddy. This is your career hinges.
I'm just gonna shut off and just let you just do what you say.
It's all right, you'll get it. So, get ready to put the steering in there, all right? Let's give it some gas. All right, correct, and off the gas. Back on it, hard, lots of gas. And lift, 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 lift. That's all right. That was a step in the right direction.
It's taken me a little bit to get the mechanics down here. When I watch drifting from afar, it really looks like you kind of just set it and forget it. You lock the wheel in and then just mash it down and hold it. But turns out that's not it at all. It actually takes a lot of very precise throttle response. And also the wheel, you have to be correcting constantly. You can't just lock the wheel in and hold it. You have to be moving back and forth like that. So it's gonna take a little more than one day to get really good at it. I think I probably just need to kind of cool off. I'll step away from the car, let Jessie hop in and see how she can do.
Whenever you're ready. Easy, easy. All right, we'll try again. Just a little bit too much throttle. Stay focused. You know what to do.
Right there.
Nice and relaxed. You got it whenever you're ready. A little more throttle. Just being a little, and lift. Easy, and then back on the throttle.
So I didn't really get off the throttle.
So yeah, whenever you're ready, on the gas.
Okay.
Easy, easy. Yep, let's back off the throttle just a little bit and then get back on the gas again. That's it, correct. That's it, hard throttle, floor it, go, 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 full power, full power.
Yeah.
There, now lift, 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 lift. And back on the gas again. There it is. Easy, back off. That was it.
Sorry, I have to join,
that was
celebrate
awesome.
that whole circle.
That was a full lap. Good for you.
That was a full lap. That felt great. Patrick and I learned the foundations of drifting today, but there is so much more. I mean, sustaining a drift in more than just one or two circles, transitioning from one direction to the other, drifting as close as you can right next to a wall. But I think we have a good start. We just need more practice time.
So that was a little harder than I expected, but don't sugarcoat it. How'd I do? Be honest.
You were actually doing a pretty good job towards the end. But to start out, everybody looks at this and they're like, oh, that's easy. I can do that. But
Right.
it's very complex. To start off, you're being way too aggressive with the throttle and way too slow with the steering. But towards the end, you had a couple of runs where you started to put it together. And all we got to do is get you knowing what you're looking for.
Sure.
And then doing it over and over. Jesse, you actually did a pretty good job. The only big feedback I'd give you is keep your eyes looking where you want it to go. It's very counterintuitive because you want to look where the car's going and you need to keep looking where it wants to go. But as far as what you're doing with your feet and your hands was actually spot on. I think you even had a couple laps where you did more than one circle, which sounds easy, but as you know, it's not.
All right, Conrad. Well, I had a great time. It was a fun day, and I think we got a nice little taste of drifting.
Do you think we could actually check drifting off of our list?
I saw smoke coming off the rear tire, so absolutely, you can check it off the list.
All right, so you officially heard it from Conrad right here. We can check drifting off of our list.
Be sure to check into Autoblog.com and tell us what's on your list. Maybe you'll get to come out and join us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching.
That was awesome.